Welcome to the HGO Capital channel, where I talk about credit to funding to scaling your life. So today we're talking about what banks to build a relationship with to build out your profile. I get asked this all the time. How should I be building my credit? Who should I be banking with? And every single time it comes back to the same answer. And this is just more of my style. And honestly, if you ask every single person, they're going to give you a different answer. But for me, being in the credit space already for over 2+ years, really working on my credit, having access to more than 90,000 in personal credit lines, having more than 100,000 in just cash loan available, and having access to the 100,000 plus in business funding too. Just this is the way that I would structure someone that's brand new, or even someone that has already established credit. It's always going to come back down to tier one relationships. And by tier one, I'm talking about banks, financial institutions who are very known out there nationally, bigger banks. We're talking about Chase, Citi, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, US Bank. These are just some example of the financial institutions that are bringing in money, trillions of dollars every single year in their banking system. These are the type of banks that you want to build a relationship with, because once you do, every other small bank out there, they're going to want your business just because they understand that you already are working with bigger banks that are trusting you with more money, right? More products. So smaller banks automatically just love you because of that. Why is it important to build a relationship with these bigger top tier one banks? Is because they offer a lot more products, a lot more money. They give to a lot more clientele that's out there that's looking to access capital for personal side or business side. So when you start establishing that relationship with them, you can go and request 30, 40, even 100,000 plus in capital that you can leverage for what you need, right? When I talk about capital though, I don't talk about personal leveraging that side. I talk about more on the business structure side. Now that we know why it's important to build relationship with these tier one banks, it's also important to understand how we can get access to bigger limits with them, right? The best way to maximize the amount of limit that you can get access from these tier one banks is building that checking account with them, getting that savings account with them, getting any other type of products that they have available for you, and just building that relationship over time. At some point, once you start building that relationship within, let's say, a 90-day time frame at optimal level, you will start to see the approvals be a lot higher, because now they understand your financial habits, your payment patterns. They see the money that's coming in, the money that's coming out. So it's very important that you establish those relationships before you start accessing credit cards, you start asking for loans, right? Get them to understand who you are as a consumer. And once you get to that point that you now have more than $10,000 plus per credit card from these tier one banks, you can now move over to the business side, right? You can open up a business checking account and pretty much repeat the process, but on the business checking, business savings, maybe their merchant processing system that they have available. Once you start doing this and you already having personal relationship with them, they will start to love you even more, where now you can even request up to $50,000 to $100,000 plus of accessible credit limit, that some of it is even 0% interest for 12 to 18 months. Some offer even 24 months, but it comes back down to relationship. It comes back down to the limit that you have accessible in your personal credit. So these are personal guarantors, right? Which means they'll be looking at your personal credit. So it's very important that early on, you start establishing that relationship already. Building out my personal credit profile, having access to more than $90,000 in total credit limit on the personal side has allowed me to go onto the business and access over 100K in business funding at 0% interest, where that has allowed me to invest into coaching, into marketing tools, into my team, into my office, and just so much more growth that's been giving me the return of investment. So play it smart when you're building out your credit. Don't just go and apply to store cards because of their promotional things that they're having of the season. That's not going to help you. If you really are looking for long-term plays, access to more money, better interest rate, build it with the tier one financial institutions. I'm telling you, it's a game changer.